Well, my guest today is Buffalo Bills running back Cedric O'Neal. Cedric, thanks for joining in to the podcast. Little video action here too.
I'm great. Hey, I'm grateful for having me.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem, Cedric. Now, I got to ask you, because when you came to Buffalo, you were coming here basically in the dead of winter.
Yeah.
Was that a bit of a culture shock for you? Because I know you're a Georgia guy.
Yeah, definitely. Like I never seen snow a day in my life. So coming in, I got off the plane and it was a full blizzard outside, and I didn't know what to expect. In the hotel I was staying in, it take 10 minutes from the airport to the hotel. I think it took like 45 to an hour to get through the snow. So it was crazy. I've never been a part of that before.
Now, a lot of people March Madness was here for like the first couple rounds this past year, and a couple of the teams were like, I can't believe people are out there driving on this stuff.
Oh yeah, driving. Man, like the people that were telling me about the history of Buffalo, where they had to actually stay in the house for like 3 weeks because the snow was real bad in the past. So I just can't imagine just being in the house and not be able to move, and just because the snow, the snow was like a foot high, and I could barely walk in it. It was crazy. What's
the biggest natural disaster you dealt with in Georgia? Probably a hurricane or something.
Yeah,
like that,
Georgia,
right?
like we more rain than snow. We got a couple of bad rainstorms, but never anything like snow. Like I really take a rainstorm than a snowstorm any day.
Now, what was your first impression, or I guess what did you think about Buffalo before you actually got here? Like, what was the thing that was in your mind? Like, all right, this is what I think is all about.
I kind of had it in my mindset that I knew, it was going to be cold. I knew it was going to be real cold, especially around wintertime. I knew it was going to be that, but it just took my mindset to a whole nother notch. Just actually thinking of it and actually being inside of it. Like, the weather is around that time is unbearable.
You're not alone.
Yeah, you just want to be in the house and just cut up and all that. It's crazy.
Now, since then, I'm sure you spent a lot more time here. I mean, the season ended pretty quickly when you got here initially as the practice squad in mid-December, right?
Yes.
What have you really seen out of Buffalo that you're like, all right, maybe I was a little bit wrong on this place, or maybe this has something to offer here in this sort of instance?
Well, as far as just being around my teammates, they kind of made this more comfortable and more home for me. But other than that, the weather is starting to get, it's a little warmer, so that's a plus. But like I said, my teammates just made me feel comfortable, and at work and outside of work, so we all hang out and we all just try to get a feel for the place together and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
Now, the game of football, it was a perfect segue. Maybe you should do broadcasting a little bit. We haven't seen a ton from you, haven't heard a ton from you here in Buffalo. What about the game just makes you love it? What about it is it the camaraderie? Is it the on-field stuff? What about football just makes you enthralled with it?
Just competing. Yeah, you're right. You don't know much about Cedric O'Neal, and that's what keeps me motivated, because I want my name to be out there as bad as the net. So just coming to work every day, just competing and just having fun at the same time. And I feel like football is definitely a sport that could train your mindset, and really just, because you're gonna have them hard times, then you're gonna have good moments. So it's just trying to keep just trying to beat that hill for you could see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? And just doing it with the teammate that you love and that you come to work with and just compete with every day. It ain't nothing like it. And I feel like Buffalo definitely a place where I can see my career growing.
Yeah. Now, growing up playing football, I'm sure you've played it a long time in your life, probably most of it. Do you have a vivid, clear as day, I don't know what they call it down in Georgia, but we call it Little Loop football here, one of those type of memories where you're like, man, that was something I always look at, you always makes you smile. You can still see yourself doing it.
Yeah, back in Georgia, we called it Pop Warner, or a Little League football. But yeah, I've been playing football, I want to say at the age of seven on up. And yeah, every year, like I just try to advance. But yeah, back then football was a little more funner. Yeah, because you ain't had no responsibility, so you just out there just running around and just trying to make a play as just being a kid. But yeah, like football definitely had grew on me over time, and where I knew like this is something that I want to do long term, and I could make a career out of. I want to say when I was in high school, like I knew that football definitely gonna be my ticket to be, you know, a successful person and just a person that will grow out the field as well. You know, and I feel like that would being a professional football player do for you. Not just you playing on Sunday, but like just touching other people outside of football that may look up to you as like a hero or something like that. Just being able to go speak at functions and just reach out to the kids like that. Like it means so much to kids that play Pop Warner. Just for a professional football player, just come and just talk to them and just try to motivate them for like they could be in our position one day. You know, and I just feel like that's a blessing that you could pass down to someone else, and I feel like that's what being a pro football player is all about, or just being a pro athlete. Period.
Have you done a little bit of that in Dublin when you've gone back a little bit? I mean, I'm sure you're well thought of at the high school, but
Yeah.
but what?
I mean, I yet to have my own foundation, but like any kids that I know that have any question about just how to make it in football, or just what do I do for a training, or just my mindset I gotta have. I just try to tell them the best, you know what I'm saying? Just try to give them the best advice about it. Just one, I tell them they schoolwork got to be number one. You know, I would never lead a kid on and just tell them just don't worry about being first in the classroom. Like I always try to push that first. Yeah, I tell them just far as if you have a dream, don't start chasing it. You know what I mean? Like anybody could make the NFL. It's all about what the work that you do on and off the field, especially off the field. Like when nobody sees you, when like you home by yourself or you places by yourself. Like what's the little things that you're doing to better your game and just your mindset for when you do get out there on Sunday, and you could just outperform your opponent. I mean, and that's just big.
Yeah, I mean, you seem like a pretty driven dude. What drives you?
My family, my mom's, and I got 5 siblings. I got 4 siblings. I'm the 5th child. I got 2 beautiful sisters, and I got 2 older brothers that pushed me ever since I was a kid. Like we all, me and my 2 brothers, we always used to play football like among ourselves. And me being the youngest, they always never took it easy on me. You know what I mean? And just with that inside my corner and my mom just being there every game and just rooting me on, I mean, I feel like I can't lose. And I just try to, you know, just try to be there for them as well. You know what I mean? And I just feel like my support system is great, and like that will keep me driving, like that keep me positive. That will keep me just waking up every day ready to come to work and just try to be better than the next.
Along those same lines, I understand that you guys went through a bit of a tough time last summer with the passing of your grandmother. I think it was.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, and maybe the relationship you guys had.
Yeah, the love of my life, my grandmother, like wow, like she was the puzzle that kept it all together. I mean, like me getting ready for training camp, you know what I mean? I think like 2 days before training camp, when I was in Philadelphia, I got the call around like 11 or so at night, and it was my mom. She was crying, and I know when you get a call that late, it's never nothing good. And she was like, my grandma had passed away, and I mean, she kind of left out, you know what I'm saying, in a positive way. I mean, she had Alzheimer's, you know what I mean, and it was just hard just going home sometime and speaking to her, and sometimes she know who I was and sometimes she didn't. I mean, but I knew deep down that she loved me more than anything. Like she loved us all more than anything. Like I said, from a kid, she was hard on us also. Like she raised us to take care of ourselves and don't depend on anyone. And if we want something, work hard to get it. I mean, but she's a beautiful, strong woman that I would never forget. And I got a picture of her beside my bed every night, and I kiss it before I go to sleep and when I get up and come to work. I mean, but that's another motivation for me as well, because I promise, my last words to her, like I said, she had Alzheimer's real bad, and I was just catching her up on everything that I had achieved in life. I was just telling her how I graduated from college, and I got a chance to go play in the NFL. And like I said, and when I left to go off a training camp, that's when I got the call. But I'm glad I got a chance to tell her that, and she was smiling. I mean, I knew she was proud of me, and I won't stop until I be the person I want to be in a professional level, because I feel like I owe her that, I owe my family that, and I just want to make everybody happy.
How much did her loss so soon into your professional football life maybe even affect you last summer?
I mean, it had an effect. It had an effect on me. But I knew I couldn't let that, stop me from doing what I want to do, because she wouldn't want me to do that. She'll just hug me and just tell me, baby, keep trying and keep fighting. Like I knew that she didn't want me to just stop in my performance right then and there. I know that she wants so much out of me. And like I said, like that's, like my biggest motivation of it all, just not feeling her and not feeling my family, because I know that like everybody kind of look up to me as being one of the, being just being in a great position. And I just want to do everything in my power just to make everybody, all my family, my brothers and sisters happy, and my mom. I just want everybody to be proud of me at the end of the day. I mean, I know they're gonna love me regardless. I mean, win or lose, I know they're gonna be in my corner regardless, but I just want that for them. Like I want my success in the NFL to be for them.
What have you learned about yourself since she passed?
I learned I could get through anything. Just losing her is the biggest thing that ever happened to me, the biggest loss that ever happened to me in my life. And I know that if I got through that I could get through anything. As far as just anything that come my way, I could fight, I could get through it, and like life still go on. Like I know she's looking down on me every day and just wishing me the best, wishing me to keep fighting and just keep having fun and enjoying life. I know that she wouldn't want me to be sad throughout my days of being on the earth. So I just, like I said, I just try to stay motivated and just try to use her as motivation, because I know she loved me. I know she loved my family. I know she loved everything that I done did up to this point. And I know, like I said, I know she's looking down on me every day I take the field.
Some pretty strong motivation.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Miss Juanita O'Neal.
Juanita?
Yeah.
Very good. Now, transitioning, since she is the motivating factor for you here in Buffalo, and I mean, after what, things kind of went awry in Philly last year, you've got an incredible opportunity here.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you kind of saw the turnover of the running back room from the short time you were here at the end of the last season to now, but I mean, you've got guys who've gone on, coaching staffs are completely different. It's just, I guess, what do you see ahead of you right now? I mean, you have to be champing at the bit a little bit here.
I mean, yeah, like it's definitely an opportunity that opened up for being the backup running back behind LaShawn McCoy. I mean, but it's definitely competition in the room, and guys that already been on that pedestal, on that level. Like we got a lot of vets in the room. We got Pat, we got Mike, Shady. Like we got guys like that that's motivation to us younger guys. You know what I'm saying? Me and Jonathan Williams, like we became close friends. Me and Joe Pat, even Jordan Johnson, like we all came close just competing. I mean, like that's something that we all got in common, and that's all that we all love. And we don't want nothing given to us. Like that's the biggest thing. Like we all want to come out and be better and help each other be better. And at the end of the day, when my time comes, like I'm gonna try to take full advantage.
Now, you're a Georgia guy. Does the name Olandis Gary ring a bell?
It does.
Okay.
That's a great guy.
Yeah, Oh, you know Olandis?
I mean, I don't know him personally,
okay.
but I heard about him.
All right. Well, I mean, the reason I bring him up is because the system that's come here. Rick Dennison, He was with Gary Kubiak for years. They did their thing in Denver, the zone running system, and Olandis Gary, Terrell Davis, Mike Anderson, all these guys who seemingly came out of nowhere and had huge careers in Denver. I mean, that's got to be some pretty serious motivation for someone with you because you're basically one play away.
Yeah, cause like that's how I want my story to start and end. Like a guy that wasn't that wasn't given, and I had to work for everything. I feel like that's the best way to start and that's the best way to end. Like I feel like that's a story that any football player or any professional want to tell the next guy coming up. You know what I mean? Nothing was given. Like I had to come work for everything and. Like I said, with the love of my teammates and the coaching staff, that you know what I'm saying, that's just working with me day in and day out, trying to get me to learn the system and just get me to learn how to find the holes inside our running game, pass protect, anything like that. Just anything that would help, special team wise, like they definitely helping us during this out season right now, and like I'm taking full advantage and trying to soak all the information that I possibly can and. Come training camp, I'm trying to be the best guy out there.
That approach kind of reminds me. I've been here a little while, but have you linked up with Fred Jackson at all? Have you met him?
I haven't.
Okay, pretty like not. I mean, Valdosta State was a bit up to what he did. He came from Coe College, Division III, worked his way up. He's pretty much one of the most recognizable players around here.
Like I respect guys like start where I come from, like. Division II down, like Division JUCO, like any guy that can make it out those type of levels, and like they got a chance to have a great story, because is little to no opportunity coming from where I come from or lower than where I'm coming from. Like you have to work, grind every day to have that look and have a coach that have that trust in you or see something in you. So I feel like if you could do that, then like you got a chance to be one of the great players that ever played in this professional level.
Who have you stuck to like glue in the locker room since you've been here?
Oh man, Jonathan Williams, Shady McCoy, like the whole running back room pretty much. I mean, like we all try to stay together. I know me and Jonathan as being the youngest ones at the group. Well, Jordan also. I feel like we all just stay together, try to help each other out, laugh, joke. You know what I mean? Like. Whenever we on the field, it's all business. But once we all we try to just try to have fun and try to step away from football for a minute, for we ain't got to stress ourselves to death over what play that we could have made or what play that we should have made. Like, cause we know tomorrow gonna be a new day, a new opportunity to get to it, and a new day to just make another play and just try to show the coaches that we can play and we can perform on the professional level.
Now, some quick hitters for you. What's it like living in Dublin, Georgia?
Dublin, Georgia. I mean, it's definitely home for me. Like, it definitely had showed me a lot coming up there. Dublin, Georgia is small, though. Dublin, Georgia is a small area, but full of love, full of great people. And I know all my family